Hello, I'm Tracy Foster, and I'm one of the nurse practitioners with Bailey Bariatrics, and I'm going to be talking to you about the bariatric workbook today, just to kind of give you a little overview and something that you can reference to. You would have already received the electronic version of this, and this is just the hard copy that you will be receiving prior to surgery, okay? So this is the cover, bariatric workbook. Okay, inside here in your book, you're going to have a green sheet. It's called our checklist, okay? It's the go sheet. This is somewhere that you can actually mark off the things as you go, just to kind of keep track of it for yourself. I've marked on here the seminar because you've already attended the seminar at this point, so you want to mark that off. And then where it says the supervised diet requirement, you go ahead and mark one visit because you've already done that with your initial consult, okay? Now, everybody doesn't have a specific amount of visits. Some insurances require 3 visits, 6 visits, some even require a year. So what you want to do is you're going to see the clinic or talk to us, televisit, whatever, every month as you go through the program. That way we can make sure that we don't miss anything and that we cover all the things that you're going to be doing throughout the program, okay? So again, you'll see us each month, but you may not have a specific number, or you may have a specific number you have to do for your insurance, okay? The back part of this is just a continuation of the checklist to kind of show you everything in there that you're going to be doing, okay? That's just your little kind of journal. Okay, then this is going to just show you the table of contents. The next page behind the table of contents is just going to be a contact information, okay? So this is just some phone numbers that you may be using in the program. The next page is actually a map. It's a map here of the clinic, okay? And then you've got the hospital and the clinic over here, okay? So basically everything that you're going to do throughout our program is going to be located in one of these 2 areas on the campus here at Bailey, except for our psychologist. That's the only thing that is not housed here on campus, okay? Then if you turn to the next page, you're going to see a My Chart. It's called My Chart. That's our medical record. That's your EMR, okay? This is going to be, if you get connected to this, you can actually get reminders about appointments. You can see your appointments. Also, you can get your lab results and look at different things in there. We can send you messages. You can send us messages, okay? So it's really good to get signed up on that. If you have any trouble, you can check in with the front desk. They have a code that they'll need to give you, and you can get that signed up. If you have a My Chart through like St. Francis, this is similar to that, but you will have to do the one for Bailey, and then I think there's a way you can merge them, okay? The next page is just some social media information about Bailey and the bariatrics. The next page is actually a flow sheet here, okay? This flow sheet kind of shows you the program and the different things that you're going to be doing through the program as an overview, okay? The next page is a page that says stop. We want you to read this page. This is real important. These are things that could slow down or stop the program. Okay, so you really want to look at this and you want to make sure that you understand these things, okay? If you have any questions about it, please let us know. Okay, the next page, we're going to talk about, this is a pre-surgical track, okay, then a post, and then long-term. You're not coming in this program just so we can get you to surgery and then be done with you. We really want to help you. We want to guide you. We want to make sure you have that support post-operatively for long-term, okay? The next page is going to be just some staff here in the office, okay? It kind of puts a face with the name so you can kind of see. Turn those pages until you get to the next tab, and the next tab is called the Navigator tab. So our navigators are listed in here, and you're going to have a specific navigator depending on your last name, okay? And this just has their contact information and a picture so you can kind of see a little bit about them, okay? The next tab is the clinic, okay? Dr. Kirk. He is a very vital and key part of this program. He's the one that you probably have noticed. It's called the Kirk Center for Bariatrics. Anyway, he's in here, tells you a little bit about him and the rest of our providers throughout here, okay? The next page is a page that it's like a contract. We kind of talk about this. These are things that we want you to understand about our program and the requirements that we have for our program, okay? So you'll be signing up one of these forms to be in the program. The back of that is what's called a tracker for the Tanita scale. The Tanita scale is a scale that we use here in the clinic, and you stand on it. We get your height. We put some information in to get you information about like your visceral fat, your body mass index, your hydration status, your metabolism. So this is just a form that you can use later on for post-operatively. As you come in each time post-op, we do those again on you. That way you can kind of see your changes and where we may need to make some improvements, okay? The rest of this, again, is just staff in the office. Okay, then you've got the dietitians. On the second page, after you see the dietitians, they're still in the dietary area, you're going to see, I made some notes here because these are some things that I'm going to have you to start now, okay? So down here in the corner, we want you to start working on getting off of caffeine and carbonation. Caffeine and carbonation are two things that have to be eliminated prior to surgery. Caffeine is something that you can have later on after surgery, after we know that you're getting hydrated and you're doing good on your hydration status. Carbonation is something that we recommend that's not implemented even after surgery. Okay, it can cause severe reflux. It can cause issues like ulcers. So it's real important that you avoid the carbonation after surgery. Okay, we don't want you to stop it today. We want you to start working on weaning yourself off of it. Okay, because sometimes if people are doing a lot of it where it's going to cause you like a headache, caffeine headache. So just start working on, progressing to get off of those things, okay? And then we want you to start working on your fluids and your hydration. So we want you to work, the goal right now is to kind of get you to go toward 80 to 100 ounces a day. Now that may not be your goal going forward. Once you see the dietitian, she'll give you a more specific number, and she'll work with you on, your number of grams of protein and your carbs, okay? So we just want you to kind of start working on that. The next thing we want you to do is to go ahead and start incorporating a protein shake a day into your diet, okay? That's going to be a meal replacement, maybe for breakfast or lunch, and I'm going to give you some examples in a few pages here to kind of show you some of the ones that patients seem to like, okay? This next page here is called the nutritional habits. These are things we want you to start looking at. It may not affect you per se right now, but after surgery, these things are really, really important. So if you get in the habit now, it'll be a little bit easier for you after surgery. The next page is called Veritastic. This is an app, okay? There's a code right down here at the bottom. If you put this app on your phone and put that code in, it'll connect you to our dietitians. They can actually see what you're doing. That way they can better help you and assist you in the changes that maybe we want you to make. It is something that we do look at as far as pre-surgery approval or your clearance for surgery from the dietitian. So you need to either start looking at doing this app, maybe you start working with it, or you'll have to do some food journaling, okay? This is a user-friendly app that I think you'll really like, and I think you'll be able to do that. The next page is the vitamins. We want you to start 3 things, okay, if you're not already doing those, and that's a multivitamin, a B12, and a vitamin D. Now, there's a very good description here of each one of these 3 to tell you what kind to get. The multivitamin, we don't want you to have gummies. We want you to have a complete multivitamin that's chewable. The chewable comes in for after surgery, okay? B12, it tells you the dosage here, and then vitamin D as well, okay? If you're on iron or calcium, you go ahead and continue it. Or if we, throughout the program, put you on iron or calcium, then we'll integrate those things as necessary, okay? The next page is a form you're going to fill out before you see the dietitian, front and back, okay? And then the next page is going to be to show you some examples of the protein shakes. Okay. And then on the back of that, there's some powders that you can use. And there's some special instructions up here at the top for powders if you decide to use a powder. Premier is one that people really seem to like. You can get it at Sam's. You can get it at Walmart, and they have the Equate brand as well. But whatever your preference is, you might want to just start trying them and figuring out which ones is good for you. There is one called Fairlife, which is a lactose and gluten-free that a lot of people really like. So there's different options. If you have something that you're using that's not listed here, please feel free to talk to the dietitian about it, because we want to make every effort we can to accommodate everybody in their taste, okay? But we want to make sure that it also has the appropriate amount of nutritious stuff and protein in it. The next page just talks about the exercise. You will see an exercise specialist in this program. The next page is it's a testing tab, and this is where our psychologist is located. Again, she's the only thing that's not here on campus, okay? If you're doing telehealth, then you won't need to know, but the next page shows you their address. They're just a mile down the road, gives you a map, okay, and it kind of shows you what their place looks like. It does look like a house, but it is their office, okay, and there's no sign out there, but it's very distinguished with this picture here. But you may be doing telehealth, okay? Again, that's the only thing that's not located here on this campus. The rest of this section here under testing is different tests that we do. Doesn't mean because it's here you have to do it, but if you do, you can come and read about it. There's things in here like the sleep study. So if you have some questions, you want to go read about what to expect with the sleep study, or if you have to do a DEXA scan, it'll talk about that. Again, don't worry because you may not have to do everything that's in here. This is just a resource for you. And we've got our surgeons, Dr. Varnell, Dr. Katzis, and Dr. Cole. There's 3 surgeons. You can pick one of them, or they can pick one for you. It's kind of your preference. Sometimes people will just, find out when the appointments are and what day, and maybe one day works better for them than another day, so they'll pick the surgeon according to how their schedule flows, okay? The next page is an EGD. The surgeons will order an EGD on you. That's the scope that goes down your throat, and they're checking for reflux or any issues and stuff before surgery, so they'll order that. You'll have to attend a support group. Now, our support groups right now are actually not going on as far as because of social distancing, but we will figure out, we'll either get these back up and going person to person, or there'll be a Zoom or some kind of, video type thing, okay? So you'll have to attend at least one support group prior to surgery, okay? And then you can attend as many as you want after that. They are very good, very informational, okay? The next page is called our post-op map. It's our plan for post-operatively for you. Basically, what we want you to do is after surgery, you'll see the surgeon, and then you'll see the dietitian, and then you'll be coming in here every 3 months for the clinic and the dietitian. And that every 3-month visit will go for about 2 years, okay? And then after that, we'll look at maybe decreasing down to every 6 months and then possibly down to yearly. This is long-term. This is forever. This is not just the first year, the first 2 years, okay? And then the back of this is basically just a place for notes. That way you can keep notes. Now, again, you've got this electronic copy. Don't worry about printing it out. We'll get you a hard copy of the book. We just wanted to give you something tangible so you can see and you can feel, you can look through this. If you have any questions about it, let us know. Otherwise, we'll be getting the book out to you or getting it to you, the hard copy, okay? Thank you, and please feel free to call us with any questions.